All right, guys, welcome back to another New Legacy podcast. I got my man with me right here. Came all the way from Carson City, Nevada. Literally, like, was 3 hour drive?
Three and a half.
3.5 hour drive. Shout out to you and the family in the background for coming through and supporting our New Legacy podcast and share your story and promote your business. So that's freaking crazy. We have a lot of guests that's coming in from all over the place right now, and I think that really show like that people are stepping up to take their business to the next level, but showing to other people that they're willing to go out of their way. Because there's a lot of people out there that talks and they won't even spend 5 minutes on their brand, but they still want to be millionaires. So
Correct, man. No, and I just want to say thank you for the opportunity, man. And yeah, I seen your podcast and just the stories you hear, man. And
mhm.
we all have a story to tell, and it's a lot of times we're fighting battles and stuff, and just hearing that somebody else has gone through the similar things, just being able to share your story. I think it's great.
Yeah. All right, Izzy, give us a little introduction about yourself and where you come from, and the business that you're in today, and just a little brief intro for the audience.
So my name is Israel Ayola. I'm a deputy in Nevada, Story County. I've been actually a street cop for about 16, 17 years now. And in the last 2 years, I went through a dark point in my life where it just basically um, made me realize there was way more to life. And I started to tap into my 10.0 version of myself. That dark season really took me to self discovery, and that's where the aftermath came about. After going through my dark place, I created the aftermath to help other people, specifically first responders.
Wow. Is it like a coaching program or?
Yes, it's a coaching program that it's the mindset, the spirituality, and the fitness. One of the things that I discovered as I went through my journey, it was just aligning your mindset, your spirituality, and fitness. Um, I got really close to God. My fitness, I was about 45, 50 pounds overweight. I ended up losing that weight. And then just the mindset, eliminating the victim mentality, limiting beliefs, the self sabotage, and just really learning how to become a better man.
Wow. You've been a speaker before or?
No, I have not. I have
Really?
not. No, I
That
have
was
not been a
smooth.
speaker.
That was smooth, right? Right? Like, I mean, we have your kids in here in the audience and stuff. That's pretty sick, actually.
Awesome, man. No, I have not. I want to I want to be a better speaker, man. And
Yeah.
just get out there, and
And is this your first podcast?
it is. This is my first podcast.
Oh, damn. That's crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah, because a
my
lot.
first actual podcast.
Okay. Well, thank you for being here, and I'm here, to learn about your story. And I've read your notes earlier. It was pretty wild. So we're gonna unfold that for this podcast. Um, but yeah, where did you grow up? Like, let's just start there. We're gonna go through your whole life, catch up to where you are today, and then some of the lessons you've learned along the way, and we'll tell the audience a little bit more about your business and where they could find you. So, where were you born? What was your upbringing like?
Okay, so I was born in Mexico. I lived in Mexico for about 7 years. It was a little town down in it's called Oaxaca, way south in Mexico, and I was there till I was 7 years old. My dad actually came to the U.S. and he didn't bring me and my sisters till I said I was about 7 years old. It was me and three of my sisters, and then so it's a total of five of us. I have three sisters. I'm the oldest, and then a younger brother who's also a cop down in Nevada. And yeah, it's just my parents was just like any other hardworking Mexican family.
Hmm.
My parents had two, three jobs. My dad, I would barely see him sometimes just because he was constantly working. Same thing with my mom. So our my parents weren't always present, not because they didn't want to. It's just trying to support the family and bring bread to the table. They just always busy.
Hmm.
Unfortunately, a lot of times they weren't able to be at the our school functions. Just like I said, they weren't really present. Unfortunately,
Yeah,
like I said, not because they don't want to, but they had to put bread on the table.
yeah. I mean, growing up immigrant family myself too, like we struggle a lot. I
Yeah.
remember like we had to like go like buy groceries,
Mm-hmm.
and it was me and my mom, and we had like a bag of coins, like the pennies, the 10 cents, the dime, and then like the quarters and the nickel, and that was like we buy food with that. It was like kind of embarrassing in the line. I don't know if you ever experienced something like that, but it was like,
Actually, yeah, actually it was. My parents were on I think back then it was called Wick.
uh huh,
And where they give you the little coupons.
yeah, yeah,
You had like the coupons for like milk and beans and cereal, and you would go on the line. What's crazy too is like I remember like my parents would, like they were a little bit embarrassed, having
yeah.
to bust out the coupons. Where now like they don't even do that. I think now they give you a debit card, so now people don't even know. Like there's no shame in it. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
yeah,
But back in the day, I remember my parents, they would, bust out the little coupons too
yeah,
to pay and stuff. So yeah, it was like I said, it was rough not having them around as much.
hmm,
Like I tried to, like I'd be present with my kids now,
yeah,
and but it was hard. And actually, part of that I later found that in life that one of my traumas was abandonment.
mm,
And I didn't realize the extent of being abandoned in life, that it could be just as simple as your parents working too much and not being present in your life. That I was like, damn, that's abandonment. Like I didn't realize that till I started doing the personal work and the personal development on
yeah.
myself.
I mean, right now very inclusive, with your kids, a lot of stuff. I think at the same time, you're like looking back at your younger self, and you're like, oh, I wish I had that, so I'm gonna give that right now. But
Correct. Yeah. Correct. Like now it's like I want to be present with my kids, and I just want to give them, just the best, and that's why they're here with me tonight, because I want them to see, to kind of share, they can experience the struggles, what I've been through, and so they know that, because unfortunately sometimes they only know what they see, but they don't
mhm,
know um, the struggles that we've gone through
yeah,
behind doors, the
yeah,
battles that we fight
yeah.
behind the scenes.
What kind of person were you, or what kind of kids were you in, like middle school and high school?
You know what, man? I would get in a lot of trouble, like other kids, man. I was ditching school. I did try out, some drugs, tried out, marijuana, cocaine,
What?
Yeah, dude, out there drinking and stuff, just partying it up. And yeah, just making really bad decisions.
Wow. And then did you go to college too, or
I did not go to college. Um, the most that I did, I dropped out of high school, man.
what?
I dropped out of high school and I didn't go back to, I didn't get my GED till I was like 24, 25 years old.
Wow.
And then I went to the most college that I have is well, I have the police training, and then a little bit of, took a couple classes for my criminal justice degree.
Hmm.
And that's pretty much as far as I took it with school.
Yeah.
I was never a person that I was into school. I was more of a person that, hands on. I love cars. I had a passion for cars.
Oh, damn.
Actually, one of my passions still is, the lowrider cars, and that's what I like, man. I have a passion for cars.
Yeah. I mean, that's sick though. That's like I remember like when I first met you, we were at the event with Gas Money.
Yeah,
I think one of your coach, right?
yeah,
And yeah, you pull up in the Lambo. You're like, oh, that's gonna be my next car.
yeah. It was, and I was like, I've never been a Lambo guy or sports cars. I've been more of the classic, the muscle cars.
Yeah.
But just being around that Lambo and sitting in it is like, that's
It,
gonna be my next car right
yeah. It's a different type of feeling,
there. It
right?
is absolutely
It's like I don't know what it is, but it's like there's different levels in life. A lot of people like they're like, oh, money doesn't matter or whatever. I think it does matter to a perspective where like there's just different levels you unlock, with certain resources, and you got a taste of that.
I did.
Yeah.
I did. And I think I agree 100% with you is money's a tool,
Hmm.
and one of the things that I can tell you where I went wrong in life, that I was constantly chasing the money, chasing the money, chasing the money. And that was one of the mistakes that I made, that I should have been chasing my purpose and me in life, and not the money of it. You know what I'm saying? I do believe now that chasing your purpose and meaning in life will bring the money with it,
Mm.
but if we just get so fixated on the money, it's the closer you get to it, the more that keeps running from you. If
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, if you chase it, it runs away.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah. Money is like women.
Yeah, it's true, man. It is so true. The more you chase, the more they run away.
Yeah. It's such a. I mean, there's certain universal truth that's just like you can't go around it. You know.
Correct.
Yeah. From what my interaction with you and reading a little bit about your notes, it seems like you're the type of person that want to portray to the world that this is like a very polished image, but behind the scene, I know you had a lot of like personal struggle that you don't particularly share with people because maybe you don't think it's important, or maybe you don't think that's like valuable. But I feel like there's a lot of lessons that you had along the way that I think would benefit the audience greatly. What?
Yeah, go
Mhm.
ahead, man.
Yeah. What are some lessons in there that you want to share? In your journey.
I think as I've gone through my journey and I've grown, I believe now that one of the lessons that I've learned is to love yourself. Love yourself first, be before anything else. Prioritize yourself. Commit to yourself and what you say you're gonna do. Don't take anything personal in life. A lot of times people are going through their own struggles, their own trials and tribulations, and we could meet them at a wrong point in their life, and we should never take anything personal. And just being disciplined. Discipline is huge. And one of the things that I used to be very comfortable. I would seek comfort, and comfort is the enemy of growth. The more comfortable we get, it just slowly brings destruction to you and everything around you. And that was one of some of the hardest lessons that I learned. Love yourself, don't take anything personal, be disciplined, and yeah, man, that's and comfort.
Yes.
Don't Comfort is very deceiving.
Got you. So at 24, you got your GED. Like, what was your career looking like building up to now?
Up to up to that point, like I was working in manufacturing.
Mm-hmm.
I was working for this company, building like airplane engines,
Mm-hmm.
and there was really nowhere. I wasn't really going anywhere at that time. I had my oldest boy. He's actually 22 now.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to bring him here, but he was unfortunately, he had to work and do his thing, so he wasn't able to come with me.
Mm-hmm.
But I had one kid at that time, and I was kind of stuck, and like, what do I do with life? It's easy to get lost in life, and
100%.
I was just feeling lost. And what can I do? I was, as a little kid, I always had a passion. I guess you could say that my hero was to become a cop.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, well, I wonder what it takes to be a cop, So I started looking into it, went to the police academy and everything, and I ended up making it.
Mm-hmm.
I applied through so many agents. Actually, it took me like I think a good almost 2 years to actually get hired by an agency. I was a reserve first, which you basically is just volunteering for the agency.
Mm-hmm.
You don't get paid for it. But yeah, it took me about 2 years to get finally hired, and then I got hired with my first police agency. But prior to that, I got my GD. I had to go back, and it's crazy because what was at one point free in high school, and I had to go pay someone else
Mm-hmm.
so I could get the same things that at one point they gave me for free. Now I
Okay.
have to pay to get my GED. So
Mm-hmm.
like I said, it's just hard lessons that you learn along the way.
Yeah. I mean, and how long have you been a police officer for now?
For I've been now in law enforcement coming up on 17 years total.
Damn.
Yeah,
That's commitment.
yeah.
A lot of people change career every year, but you definitely have a lot of commitment.
I do, and but that's part of my story now that I want to change that. I
Mm-hmm.
discovered there's way more to life, and the reason I got into law enforcement is kind of I wanted to help people.
Mm-hmm.
I really wanted to help people, but I can tell you, man, the one thing that I discovered since I started doing the coaching that I've been able to help more people in that 1 year by becoming the best version of myself than I ever did in those years in law enforcement.
Damn.
Yeah. And it's crazy, And I remember going to this personal development, and it was actually, I don't know if you know him, Ed Milet.
Oh yeah.
He told me that he said, Izzy, if you really, really want to help people and make a difference in the world, become your 10.0.
Yeah.
And at that point, I was like, how could that make sense, man? Like, makes no sense at all.
Mm-hmm.
But now where I'm at, it makes perfect sense because we naturally want to look better. We want to feel better. So when we see someone doing good,
Mm-hmm.
we want to imitate that. We want to be like that. We want to feel like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I can tell you now that I want to take my journey into the coaching and just helping people become their 10.0 version of themselves.
Yeah. If you don't mind me asking, how old are you? Like.
Actually, I just turned 42 years old November 5th.
Really?
Yeah.
Because when you're like, oh, I have a 22-year-old son, I was like, you look too young to have a 20-year-old.
Dude, you know what? I get that a lot. Like people get blown away. It's like, you gotta, I did, but I started when I was like 18 years old.
Oh shit! Just like
Yeah.
taking care of yourself and stuff like that.
Well, yeah, now, because I take care of myself. Like I said, I
Mhm.
was overweight. I was like 45 pounds overweight, man.
Wow, wow, wow.
And then I just started taking care of myself and eating right, the right mindset, fitness, man. And
Mhm.
yeah, it's been paying off.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's crazy that you mentioned like you changed more life in 1 year of coaching than 17-year plus, like on the street like that. But I think it's because you're able to help people prevent them from doing a bad action, you know, before they do the bad action. Because I think your job, you've seen them at their worst a lot of time.
Yeah, dude. Unfortunately, sometimes when we respond as cops, it's already happened.
Yeah,
We're basically there to basically kind of clean the
crazy.
the aftermath. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be somebody going to jail, or or worse, somebody's dead.
Hmm.
We're basically coming after the fact. And right now, I actually took a different position. I'm at work for a different county, so I'm not
Hmm.
necessarily on the street, but it gives me the opportunity actually to be able even to help some of these people through a little bit of coaching.
Yeah.
Because anytime they get out of jail, they're supposed to come and report to me.
Mm.
And I'm able to have a deeper conversation with them as to, because dude, we're all fighting a battle. We're all fighting some kind of demons. One thing that I've learned along my journey is that everything we do as humans, it's either coming from trauma, or we learned it somewhere. It's a learned behavior.
Hmm.
And it's very interesting to find out, like some of these people, from the street, where what are they dealing with? What demons? And was it through trauma that made them who they are? Or is it they picked it up somewhere,
Yeah.
from their home, from the streets, wherever they were living at? It's very interesting to actually be at a deeper level with them.
Yeah. I mean, I heard a saying from somewhere that like people live the same like 6 years in cycles unless you figure out how to break it. Because then you just live that same life for the rest of your life till you die. That same six year rotation. Um, but I'm guessing that's where you got the aftermath coaching
Yes.
name.
Yes. So I've heard something similar too. I've heard that it's generations sometimes.
Oh wow.
That if it takes up to like 3 generations for somebody to one family member to come around
Uh-huh.
and say, I'm going to change this. Whether you want to call it like a curse, but there's some of the studies that I read, they said it takes sometimes up to 3 years. I mean, three generations
Yeah.
to one of the family members to finally said, this is enough. I'm going to break it.
Wow.
And I can tell you for me right now, that's the journey I'm on.
Hmm.
I don't want my kids to go through what I went through, and I want to change that cycle.
You want me the one that changed it.
Yes, I want to be the one that changes. I will be the one that changes it.
Yeah. That's sick. I love the confidence.
Yes. But yeah, that's where the aftermath came about,
Yeah.
because after I went through my dark period of life, I am the aftermath. I'm still standing,
Yeah.
still moving strong, and now I'm going to help as many people as I can.
What are some I guess like, we always talk about like what was the turning point or the rock bottom moments in your life that push you towards being what you want to be today?
So I can tell you my turning point was about 2 years ago when the my relationship ended. It was so I've been married once. I was married, got
Hmm.
divorced in 2015, and then jumped into another relationship literally right after. It was probably like 3 months after jumping into another
Damn.
relationship. Yeah, dude, I didn't allow myself to do any kind of internal work, any kind of healing. So I jumped into another relationship, which now I learned, is the worst thing you can do, because you bring not only more destruction to yourself, but also destruction to the other person.
Hmm.
And that relationship lasted about 7, 8 years. It was up and down, and it wasn't a very, very solid foundation. And finally, 2 years ago, it was coming up on 2 years now, when she walked out of my life, it broke me.
Mm.
It broke me, and it took me about a year to finally be able to get out of that cycle, man. And it was probably like, for me, it was the most painful and excruciating point in my life. And for me, I consider it was one of the darkest times, and a lot of times we don't want to talk and say that it was a relationship that broke me, because it's the shame, the embarrassment in it. Because sometimes you could think like there's way worse things that could happen to you.
Hmm.
But it's crazy because if you think about it, relationships are probably the number one thing that we're gonna face.
Yeah.
Is the number one challenge that we're gonna face that is gonna break us. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? It's there's no way around it. At
Yeah.
some point, you're gonna end up heartbroken.
Yeah.
And that was for me the turning point. But not only was the relationship, but it caused me to look internally and deal with other trauma issues that I've been running away from my entire life.
Damn.
It caused me to reflect on the abandonment, like I talked about earlier.
Hmm.
Um, when I was a little kid, I think, if I recall correctly, I was about 3 or 4. I was sexually molested
Mm.
by my oldest female cousin.
Yeah.
And that came to surface, and I had to deal with all those things.
Damn.
So it wasn't just a relationship; it was all these other things,
Hmm.
and then you add the trauma from work.
Yeah.
You stack all that together, and it's like, damn, there's some real problems here that I gotta deal
Oh, I mean, I was in military for like 8 years, but 3 years plus active or whatever. So, and it's just a lot. It's like you're already kind of like dealing with your own problem, but those in like fast, crazy problems on top of that. It's very stressful, especially You you're like, you know, kind of dealing with like internal civilian,
with.
and a lot of them it's like crazy. What are some of the craziest thing you've seen like in your like work that you can share? Like some crazy things that.
Well, dude, you know what? I get that question asked a lot,
Mhm.
and it almost comes down to like, well, define what's your crazy
Mhm.
compared to my crazy. Because, I used to think, oh man, that was a crazy call. Oh, that was a crazy call. It's like, oh, I won't ever deal with nothing worse. And dude, they always get crazier and crazier and crazier.
Mhm.
But at least one of the ones that I can remember that really sticks out to me, it was one. There was a couple of years ago. I think it was like maybe 6, 7 years ago. But I responded to a on robbery call at a 7-Eleven.
Mhm.
And I remember pulling up to the call. It was me and another partner, and my partner actually had found the suspect behind an apartment complex. And it was dark. It was, I think, like 3 in the morning, and I pull up. My partner, I can see he's got the suspect at gunpoint and telling like, "Show me your hands, show me your hands," and the guy's not cooperating. So I draw my gun, start walking towards that direction, and as I'm getting closer, the guy takes off running, and it's so dark you can barely see anything. So I get my flashlight.
Mhm.
Now we're running, we're chasing after this guy. They go around the building, and I'm thinking, well, if they're gonna come around, they're gonna come out the other side. So I was like, you know what? I'll come back. I'll run the other side. And just kind of catch up to the guy. Well, I'm running behind the building. They come around. They're ahead of me, and then the patrol vehicle, it's on the other side, but the headlights
Mhm.
are shining towards me. So then they go past the patrol vehicle. Now I can't see because the headlights are on.
It's hitting. Yeah, hitting you.
Yeah. So as I'm running over there, I'm thinking they kept running straight, and then I see the patrol car start moving, going towards my direction. I'm thinking, cool, my partner got into the patrol vehicle. He's gonna go after him and chase him in the patrol car. And dude, no, next thing you know, that car's coming straight towards me.
Oh,
And dude, I had nowhere to go, so I had to literally jump on top of the hood to avoid getting ran over.
damn.
So I jump on the hood of the patrol car, end up falling off, and the car just takes off. My patrol vehicle's on the other side, and the that patrol vehicle ramps right through my patrol car. And come to find out, at that point, I was like, "Oh shit, the bad guy's in the damn police car."
Yeah.
So I was like, "Well, where's my partner?" And then the patrol car just keep going straight, slams into a building. I run over there, man. It's a horrible feeling once I saw my car was disabled because
Mhm.
I'm thinking this guy's gonna take off with my partner in the other patrol car, and I can't do anything
Yeah.
because my car's disabled. He just ran my patrol vehicle.
Yeah.
Luckily, he crashed into this building, man, and I run over there. And dude, this guy's just covered in blood. And my partner's in the vehicle. They're both in the driver's seat.
Mhm.
And this guy's just covered in blood, covered in blood. And I just kind of get him a gunpoint, like, let me see your hands, let me see your hands. And the guy just starts flipping me off. I was like, what the hell's wrong with this guy? So I grab him, pull him out of the car, and dude, he's just covered in blood. There's blood everywhere. There's things hanging out of here, and we ended up cuffing him. My partner's covered in blood, and then come to find out, that guy that robbed the 7-Eleven, he's actually was being investigated for molesting a child.
Damn.
And the reason what he did, we later found out that he went to 7-Eleven, stole some alcohol. He was
Mhm.
going to go up to the mountains, commit suicide, and that's what his plan was. And while my partner was giving him commands
Yeah.
at gunpoint, what he was doing, he was cutting
Uh,
the inner wrist.
wow.
So that's why he was so covered in blood. But like I said, we found out all that later. There was, like I said, that was one of them. Because that I can recall. There was another one where I pulled up where, as I'm walking into the house, they start shots fired.
Hmm.
And but no, dude, there's been so many crazy calls.
No, man. Thank you for your service, man. That's freaking like a Batman movie right there.
Yeah, dude, there's endless stories, man, and you can't make some of this stuff up, man. You can't make some of this stuff up.
I mean, like, how do you stay so cool, calm, and positive? Like, just dealing with a situation like that. That's freaking crazy.
Um, you know, all the training we go through and stuff,
Uh-huh.
we just know how to, we just engage,
Hmm.
try to just basically make sure that everybody makes it home safe, try to eliminate the threat, and but it's hard, man. It's hard. I've seen some people in calls, like that, or even worse, that they break down, man.
Yeah.
Especially with like calls involving children.
Oh wow.
Those are the hard ones, man. Like going to see and seeing a baby dead.
Damn.
I've been fortunate enough that I haven't had to experience that myself, but I've had partners that experience that part of it, man.
Yeah.
And it just messes them up, man. Messes them up.
Damn.
And that's kind of where I came up with, the aftermath, to learn how to actually cope with all that stuff in a proper way. Because a lot of times we do it in negative ways. We shut down. We go to alcohol. We go to vices.
Hmm.
Whether it be food. I mean, we start self healing with bad habits and bad behaviors that ultimately can bring us to destruction. One of the things that the number one killer thing that kills cops is actually suicide.
Wow.
Suicide is one of the number one things in leading in first responders. I always tell, when I talk to some of my partners and stuff or do some kind of training, I always tell people, how crazy is it that we train to go out to the street and deal with the bad guy, but we have no skills
Hmm.
to deal with the worst person, the bigger threat, which is us,
Hmm.
to ourselves and the people we love.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we worry about the bad guy where, hey, I'm going to buy extra guns, protect my home, where the most dangerous person's already inside of the house.
Yeah. Damn. That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because if I'm not taking care of myself
Hmm.
and I'm not being my 10.0, the best version of myself,
Hmm.
I'm not showing up better for my family,
Yeah.
for my wife, for my kids.
Yeah.
And I can tell you from personal experience, I brought more pain and suffering to the people that I love
Mm.
than the people out on the street.
Damn. Man, thank you for being so open and honest. Like, that's like insane.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to like, ask more questions like that. That's
No,
like that's
yeah,
deep, man.
it is, dude. And that's like when I came to the realization of that I was causing more pain and suffering to the people that I love,
Yeah.
and that I was more of a danger to myself
Yeah.
than the bad guy in the street. That was a wake up call to me.
Wow.
That was a real wake up call to me. And that's where, I was like, you know what? I need to make changes. I need for my kids. I want to leave a legacy for them. And I don't want them to go through the same thing that I did. I don't want them to bring pain and suffering to their family.
Hmm.
I want them to be their 10.0.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's insane. I mean, like, life is hard, man. But I mean, you guys have it a little bit more on the extreme, and I've always been a admiration of like how you guys can cope with, you know, the career. You know, it's
Yeah.
it's not an easy job.
Well, and that's the thing, bro, that in reality, we figure out a way to cope with things, but not in a good way.
Mm,
Kind of like I told you, like first responders have like the highest suicide rate.
mhm.
We also have the highest divorce rate.
Oh, what?
Yeah. We also have the highest rate for alcohol.
Mm,
We also have the highest rate for heart problems.
wow.
There's been studies that shown that when after the 5 years of retirement,
Hmm.
your first 5 years, you're a higher risk of having a heart attack,
Damn.
committing suicide after your first 5 years of retirement.
Damn.
Because we figure out a way to cope through things, but
Mhm.
not in a positive way,
Yeah.
in a negative way.
Yeah. That's
And
crazy.
that's where, like I said, that's where the aftermath comes in,
Hmm.
is to give people that power back, to
Yeah.
take their power back to become their 10.0 through aligning their mindset, their spirituality, and their body, man.
Yeah, that's very important. Spirituality, like we talk on another podcast before this about that, but I mean, what is your take on being spiritual and alignment with God? Like, if you want to live a happy life.
Dude, one of the things I can tell you, God is everything, dude.
Mm,
God is everything. And I've always believed in God, but I never really had a connection with Him.
mm,
And I can tell you after when I went through the breakup and I was asking for God, like, help me through this. Like, I don't want to feel this pain. I don't want to go through this anymore. Like, give me direction. Like, how do I deal with this? And I remember God telling me, like, you're going to have to ride this out. You're going to have to ride out this pain. I'll be with you along the way, but there's no more numbing it.
wow.
There's no more running from it.
Wow.
And I was like, copy that.
Yeah. I mean, I had a 7 year relationship that fell apart too. That was like definitely one of the most painful things I've ever dealt with. Like, I don't know, you just feel like sick to your stomach sometimes, you know? Like, I don't know. I was just like sick to the stomach for like a year.
Dude,
Like,
I,
it's like a weird gut feel. I don't know if you ever experienced that.
dude, I felt it.
Yeah, I was,
You can't even describe it, man. Like,
you can't even like eat. You're like,
dude, I can tell you, dude, like, I still remember, dude, like, because obviously I still talked to her after, trying to, like, hoping that things would, come back together.
mm-hmm,
But I remember the time that she told me that she was already talking to someone else.
mm-hmm,
And, dude, that just broke me. I was like, and I remember getting off the phone, and the worst kind of feeling I think you can feel is when you don't even know what to feel.
mm,
You don't know if to be mad, sad, angry, cry. You're just sitting right there and wondering, like, this sucks, but I don't even know what to feel right now. Like, your body, your mind hasn't even processed yet
yeah,
what you're going through. If
yeah.
it makes sense, man,
No, I know. I mean, like betrayal.
Yeah, yeah,
You're like, damn, like I didn't mean that much to this person,
yes,
and like this person was like my world, or
yes.
you're like, oh, this is like, regardless of what happened, I always have this one person to go to for this, and then like it just they just disappear one day,
Yes.
and they move on so fast. You're like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm talking about?
Dude, that's exactly pretty much what happened in my situation. But
Hmm.
you know what, dude? Now looking back at it, man, like, I was very happy that happened.
Yeah.
Because if that didn't happen, I wouldn't be on my journey where I'm at.
Mm,
And nothing against her. I think she's an amazing person.
yeah.
I think she's an amazing woman. And I wish nothing but the best for her. But one of the things the way that I see things now, and this is to any man, even women, man, if you're going through this stuff, is I used to play a lot of the blame game, like blame her a lot of it,
Mm,
like, oh, kind of like what you just said right now.
yeah.
How can she just leave me? How can she just walk away? How can she just move on like that? But then I thought about it, man. The more I thought about it, it's like, and I don't consider myself like a bad person, or that I was a bad dude. But I can tell you, I definitely didn't have my shit together, man.
Mm,
I didn't have my mindset right. I didn't have my priorities right. I wasn't the man that I desired to be, the man that I wanted to be. And like, looking back at it now is like, I don't have daughters, but looking like my sisters, would I want my sisters to be dating a man like me at that point.
Mm.
And it's like, no, so I gotta be realistic too. And I
Yeah.
gotta take accountability and responsibility as well. That I wasn't fulfilling the man that I was called to be,
Hmm.
and now that's the journey that I'm on.
Yeah.
One of the promises that I made to myself is like, I was gonna become
Mm.
that man that God put me here to be, the man that my kids are proud to call a father, and that's the man that dude, I want to become the man that when I get into a relationship, whoever's my girlfriend, that she won't even second think like, should I leave this man?
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? I want to
Yeah.
become that man that thought won't even
Hmm.
cross her mind. Because she knows what she's got.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I want to create that man. I am gonna be that man.
Yeah. I mean, you got youth too. I don't know what kind of lotion you use, but you got the youth power, you know.
Yeah.
But that is definitely, yeah. I become way better after the relationship ended because I was like slacking. I was just like getting too comfortable, you know. But then like that awoken me to like, I want the same thing too, the best version of myself. But yeah, nothing comes easy, man.
Nothing, dude.
Like I don't know, like on this journey of entrepreneurship for like last 3 years, like it's just been a lot of like universal life lesson that you can't learn in school. You gotta like deal with it yourself. And you're right, a lot of it is just mindset. Um, but what were some things that you did after like the relationship ended to get you back on track?
I started doing a whole bunch of personal development work.
Mm-hmm.
The first thing I did, I went to therapy,
Mm-hmm.
and I can tell you one of the hardest things for me as a man, as a father, and as a cop was to ask for help. That
Damn.
was one of the hardest. I mean, it literally took every little single bit of me to ask for help,
Wow.
And the crazy thing too is that as a cop, I was part of the mental health crisis unit. So I got all this training in how to deal with like people that want to commit suicide, people that were basically tried to commit suicide, but they were able to save them. So I dealt with a lot of that stuff, and I had gone through all this training, and it's so crazy, dude, because now I find myself in a situation. How is it that I've been through all this training to help people out, and now I can't even help myself?
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? I,
Yeah.
I was just in a very dark place that it's like, how? And I tried, man, before even asking for help, I tried on my own, just trying to pull it together, and I couldn't. And finally, I asked, hooked up with a therapist, and they started kind of helping me out. The one thing that I can tell you though that I didn't like about therapy is that it was taking me back into the past.
Mm.
And I did therapy probably about 6 7 months, and then I got introduced into the life coaching, and then that's where I love the life coaching aspect of it because it takes you from where you're at, moving forward. No
Mm.
more looking into the past.
Yeah.
And then as you go through your journey in life coaching and through getting fit, getting the proper mindset, connecting with the spirituality aspect of it, you start developing all these skills, this personal growth. You start, one of the things that I that I love was get me dreaming again. What do I
Mm.
want out of life, man?
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you want out of life? And I was like, damn, I haven't thought about that in years. I can't even remember the last time that I had a dream of what I wanted out of life.
Wow.
And just going through the coaching, I remember the coach telling me, hey man, I hear you. You went through all this. I feel sorry for you. And then he asked me this, but how much longer are you willing to feel sorry for yourself? It's
Damn.
like, yeah, how much longer do I want to feel sorry for
That's a
myself?
deep
You
question.
know?
That's a deep question.
And then the next thing he asked me was like, well, what do you want out of life? And I was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
And he's like, go home and think about what is it the life you want. Go back to when you were a little kid and who did you inspire to be? How did you want to show up to the world? And yeah, dude, I went home and thought about it, and it's like, damn, I want to be this, 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 this. But going back to what you said earlier, I got comfortable.
Yeah.
I got comfortable.
I mean, that's the most powerful thing I've heard all day today. Able to dream again.
Mm-hmm.
God damn, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That is, that's insane. Bravo to you on that. That was, you know, we had a podcast the other day, and one of the guy mentioned that, sometimes when you ask for help, like the phone feels like it's like 1,000 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Oof.
you know what I'm talking about? I was like, that's
Oof.
like good thing. I was like, you know what I'm talking about? Like, he
Yeah,
was like,
it makes sense.
he was like, that phone felt like it's 1,000 pounds. I was like, damn,
Oof.
who said that? That's fucking. Dane, Dane said it. Yeah, he's like a couple episodes back.
Uh-huh.
We're releasing it tomorrow, but yeah, he said that phone felt like 1,000 pounds. I was like, oh, it does feel
It
like a
does. I
thousand.
mean, now that you put it in that perspective, I never thought about it, but
Yeah,
dude, it does, man. You're
yeah.
fighting with that phone.
You're like, yeah. I mean, yeah, fuck, that's crazy. But yeah, like just coming out of my relation, 7 year relationship too, it was like a lot of. I had to become the better version of myself to heal from that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, um, but that's insane. Yeah, that's some intense pain I've never felt before.
Dude, I'm telling you. And like I said, dude, at first I was like ashamed to like talk about it and say anything about it because like it's embarrassing. Like, dude, really a girl? There's so many. Usually as guys, that's what we say, dude. There's so many of them, you know.
Yeah,
And but now then, as I started going through my journey, so many people were actually like started sharing my story,
yeah,
and then so many people started connecting with it,
yeah. I mean, it's the
and
pain that connects
yeah, it's the
people.
pain. And I was like, damn, and along my journey, that's how I started helping people. But yeah, it's crazy, man. And that's where I was like, you know what? I shouldn't be ashamed of my story because and like I said, the chance of you getting your heart broken,
Yeah,
they're super high,
it's like,
compared to anything else,
yeah,
dude.
yeah. It's
They're
like,
like way up there, man. It's gonna happen,
yeah,
it's just a matter of when.
yeah. Oh man, everyone's scared of that, But
It is.
yeah, but that's your superpower now. Be able
Yeah.
to own it and take it to the next level. What are some of like the biggest struggle you see with your coaching clients that they face normally that they it's like a limiting belief or something that they can't get across?
Believing in themselves.
Oh, tell them more. Tell them more.
Dude, people, we, and I say we because I struggle with the same thing,
Uh-huh.
is believing in our own selves.
Mm.
It's easy to put believe on someone else. It's easy to be put depend upon someone else.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're alone and you have no one else, and you gotta pull yourself up and create that belief again, and the love, and that you know that you're worth it, and that you do have value, and that you're in this world for a purpose, it's hard to find that. It's
Wow.
hard, and that's one of the things that I see with people struggle the most. It's almost like when people want to lose weight, it's easy to go to the gym.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the easier things. Not necessarily like easy, but those are the easier thing.
Yeah.
It's easy to go to the gym. It's easy to count the macros, but the person to believe that they're worthy
Yeah.
of having a good body, you gotta believe it inside.
Wow. You gotta have a lot of self love and really own it, right?
Yes.
Growing up, like now I love myself. I love my life. I love my journey. It's like kind of sick. I'm like kind of like my own hero, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like like growing up, we're always taught to be like, oh, you can't love yourself. That's selfish.
Mm-hmm.
Blah blah blah. And I'm like, I mean, the most successful people have the biggest ego. They love themselves. They know
Yeah.
how to manage it. But it's just like it's like the crab bucket mentality. I don't know. What's your take on that?
No, I 100% agree with you, man. One of the things that I discovered is that it's easy to give, and easy to think that by giving more, and that you're loving more.
Mm-hmm.
But I came to find out that a lot of the pain and suffering that I caused to myself and everyone else is because I was not loving myself enough.
Mm.
When you love yourself more, and you prioritize yourself, you just show up better.
Yeah.
I'm more present with my kids,
Mm-hmm.
more present with my family, and I give from a better place in life than just like kind of like giving, if it makes sense.
Yeah. It's like more. You can't pour from an empty cup, though,
Yes.
right?
And what's crazy too is a lot of people say they love themselves
Mm-hmm.
up to the point that he gets tested.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
It's easy to say, well, I do love, I hear so many people say, I do love myself. I do love myself.
yeah.
And then it's like, really? So then why are you in that toxic relationship?
Oh yeah,
You know, why are you not taking care of your body?
yeah,
You know, why are you hating around with those bad friends?
yeah,
You know, why are you taking crumbs from life? Why are you
yeah.
taking the leftovers that life is just handing you?
Damn, those are
You
good
know what
questions.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. These are good, great
You know,
questions.
but a lot of people, that's what they say. Oh no, I love myself.
Yeah,
It's like, really? Because how's that relationship treating you?
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah. That's sauce right there,
And
right
that's
there.
what I'm saying, dude. Is like we say we love ourselves up to the point where it gets tested.
Wow. Damn.
You know,
That's sauce. That's
and that's one of the things too that with me, I didn't have love, self love, dude. I
yeah.
did not have it.
That's like a lot of thing. I mean, I used to be in the military, so I see a lot of that too. The people that are super professional, super on point. They always it looks good on the outside, but internally, there's a lot of things that it's like not, and they're very good at hiding it. And it's just they don't want to be vulnerable.
No, absolutely, dude. And that's what I mean. Like you gotta have the right mindset, the right body, because like you said, you could hide it
Hmm.
behind a nice body,
Yeah.
but how's your mind
Oh.
and how's your spirituality?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because if you don't have the mindset and the spirituality,
Yeah.
life's gonna come around. And I don't care what you've done in life. I've met, in law enforcement, I met some badass dudes that have done some crazy things to military, crazy things law enforcement, and I seen them down to their knees.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No one's above the. I don't know. I feel like no one's above their karma.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like you might get away, like doing something bad here and there, but it's just gonna come back around.
Oh, dude, I 100% believe in karma.
Yeah.
I think at least me personally, everything that I've done has come back around twice, three
Oh.
times harder. I
Oh
was like,
shit.
damn. You know
That.
what I'm saying? So now I'm a firm believer in do good, man.
Yeah.
Even if people do you wrong, you do good, man. Do the right thing.
No, I've seen it happen to even like the best, like biggest people too. The karma stuff. Like every person that trying to screw me over, like they got cooked.
Yeah.
Like a year or two later, I was like, damn. Oh man.
Dude, I seen it too, like even in some of my over the years, even in law enforcement, dude,
Yeah.
I seen people climb up to the top
Hmm.
and then right to the bottom like that, man. Right to the bottom.
Yeah. I mean, I can't remember who said this, but it was like, you can't skip steps in your journey because then you skip lessons
Mm-hmm.
that you needed,
Yeah.
And a lot of people, they shortcut their ways to certain things. And
Yes.
I mean, even for me, too, I do that a lot of time, I'm trying to go faster than I could handle, and then like it's not work.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just, I don't know. Like sometimes, like sometimes you're super passionate. You're like, oh, yeah,
Dude, and and that's kind of what happened with me, that I was living life super fast, like I want this, and at face value,
uh,
like everything looked perfect, man. Like, yeah, I have the kids, beautiful woman, couple houses, the career,
mhm,
the cars. I face value is like, dude, this guy has got it.
mhm.
But I was chasing that fast life, and like you said, it comes back around, man.
Yeah.
And I believe one of the hardest lessons I learned is stay humble, man.
Mm,
Stay humble. Remember where you came from.
yeah.
You
Every time my ego gets too big or I do something like crazy, I always like doesn't work. Like 2 days ago, or is it? Yeah, yeah, 2 days ago, I tried to go gamble. I was like, I got greedy because I've been winning like a casino. Like it's hard to win like 4 or 5 times in a row. Like four,
Yeah,
4 or 5 visit in a row. Yeah, I got cooked.
dude, it happens,
And a
man.
flat tire. I
It
was like,
happens.
how? I mean, I thought that's a message right there.
But see, I love that you say that. That's a message, and
Yeah.
that's the other thing too. That in part of the journey and part of the coaching is getting connected back to yourself,
Yeah.
realizing when it's like, wait a minute, I'm out
Yeah.
of alignment.
Yeah.
Because you can get to a point where you're so lost that you don't even listen to your intuition. And I'm a firm believer that our intuition talks to us way more
Uh-huh.
than we give it credit. As a cop, as a law enforcement, I can tell you that how many times I pulled up on a call, how many times I've done a traffic stop that it didn't feel good. This
Damn.
doesn't feel right.
Mm.
But if you really evaluate our entire life, dude, I've done so many things that literally right before I did it, my intuition like that's a bad idea, and I
Yeah.
went ahead and did it. And it's like, damn it, I knew that was a bad idea, but we still do it.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes we don't give our intuition enough credit.
Yeah. I mean, that's like, I mean, for me growing up, like, I always knew I wanted to do this, and then like the table gets bigger as I just need to like focus on what really matters because I feel like I've been distracted by luxury stuff the last
Mm,
couple months too much. You know what I'm talking about?
yeah.
And then like sometimes you just get carried away from you like, oh, I got to get back to the roots.
Yes.
I got to get back to what funds all this.
Yes.
Instead of like just chilling too much.
No, yeah, absolutely, man. No, you're 100% right, man. It's easy to get lost, man,
Hmm.
and especially when everything's going good.
Yeah.
And I can tell you that as I went through my journey, one of the promises that I made to myself, because I seen so many people that they get close to God
Hmm.
while they're in their pain,
The
their
grind mode. Yeah.
suffering,
Yeah.
But as soon as things starts getting better,
Hmm.
they stop showing up.
Yeah.
Like they forget again,
Yeah.
who their creator is,
Yeah.
and they run away, and then things happen, and then they run back. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yep. Yep.
And then one of the promises I made myself is like, I'm not gonna be one of those guys.
Yeah.
And that's a promise that I made to myself. It's like I'm gonna stick it out and do things
Mhm.
for the right reasons.
Yeah. I like a lot of people like they see business and they see like, oh, what's the strategy to do this? I'm talking. They're all about strategy, but I really think it's all about like the right connection and having connection with your audience. That's more important than any strategy. Because at the end of the day, it's like people want to buy from people that they like, and then they want to like be a part of a community that they like. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, no, yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, I think like right now we're just like overwhelmed with a lot of strategy, this, do that.
Yes, yes.
You know?
We just wanna get there now.
Yeah, and you can't really shortcut anything.
Dude, and one of the things I can tell you too that along my journey, that was one of the things I remember going to my first personal development. It was down in Southern California, and everything's going great, man. It was like a 3-day event,
Hmm.
and I'm thinking like, cool. After this 3-day event, I'll have the tools, I'll know the knowledge to just boom, get there. But then the second day, one of the presenters says like, hey, just so you know, this can take weeks, months, it can take years. And then
Hmm.
I was like, years. That it felt like somebody punched me in the stomach because I wanted results now. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
yeah.
But it's so true. Patience, and that's one of the things that I struggle too with.
Hmm.
Is patience, man. Like I want things now.
Yeah, like that's the thing with I guess like making content and putting your content. Right now, I turn off my ads because I get really good organic traffic right now, and really good revenue from organic traffic. But before, I had to turn on ads.
Yeah,
But now it's like it took time.
yeah.
But now it's like I did enough goodwill in enough communities where people want to keep buying recurrently. So I was like, wait, that's the different perspective I didn't see before.
Mm-hmm.
You know, no more chasing. It's like just building value,
Yeah.
um, and people can feel it. People can feel like, yeah. I've been on a couple of podcasts where I feel like rush,
Mm-hmm.
but that's the thing about my podcast. I don't want the audience to feel rush.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, and a lot of time it's like their first time being on a podcast, so this is the foundation, if that makes sense,
Yeah.
right? So like, if I can get you your story out in one go completely without distraction in the flow state, then from then on you make content, you always refer back to this one flow where you're like 2 hours in and it's
Mm-hmm.
not, what I'm talking about? Like,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
I don't know what it is, but that's my friend helped me learn how to speak on camera because he forced me to go on a podcast, on his podcast, whatever, right? He was like, well, in order for you to be successful in this business, you need to learn how to speak on camera, and it starts now. And I was like, oh, I turned red. I was like, that was like one of the most like stressful moment or whatever. But I was like, wait a minute. After I did the podcast, I was like, oh, I could just make short form reels now. It's easy, you know. Like if he forced me to run a marathon, then a mile would be easy,
Yeah, yeah.
you know.
Dude, that is the cost, dude. And you know what though? There's a cost to everything in life.
Yeah,
You want comfort,
yeah.
it comes at a cost.
Oh, it's
In
comfort.
the moment, it seems like
Good.
this is the right thing
Yeah.
because it feels good. This feels really good.
Mhm.
But as years go by, you will have to pay the price
Yeah.
for that comfort. Or you want to better yourself,
Hmm.
there's a cost to it too as well. It's basically which poison you want to drink from.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you got to pay a price no matter what.
Yeah, nothing is free in this life.
Absolutely nothing.
Even the free stuff's not free, you know?
Absolutely.
It's never the right time. What is your take to that statement?
I kept waiting for the right time.
Yeah.
The right time will never come.
Yeah. Like that's one of the like I took that from like one of my business lessons that I seen cuz I have a 130 something clients, but I have like about 2000 almost 2000 leads, right? 1000 some change. But I was like, these people are still asking me the same question 3 years ago. These people, some of them already became multimillionaires. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like the same batch that reach out to me. I was like, this is hilarious. I get to see like kind of like a bird's eye point of view real quick.
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, Shh, that's crazy. You just gotta take action now. Like I tell my crew, I was like, if I tell you to do something and it's not illegal, just do it. Don't even ask questions. Just do it. It's not illegal.
Yeah,
You
yeah, yeah.
know what I'm talking about? But that's one of the things. Military leadership in a controlled environment is different than like entrepreneurial leadership because in the military, at the end of the day, everybody gets paid.
Mm-hmm.
In the entrepreneurial world, you gotta make decision that pay within the next 30 days or you're cooked.
That is so true, man.
You know
That
what I'm
is
talking
so
about?
true.
It's like you're still fighting the same war,
Yeah,
but like you gotta get paid.
yeah.
Then people disappear on you real fast if you don't pay.
Yeah. No, it's so true, dude. One of the things that I found out that is so true that as I went through my journey, even starting the aftermath,
Yeah.
um, that I kept telling myself, when this happens, I'll do it. When this happens, I'll do it. When this happens, I'll do it.
Yeah.
But you're absolutely right, man. Like life will continue to go, and life does not care
Yeah.
what's going in your life.
Oh,
Life gives zero fucks.
that's the harsh lesson I have to learn so many times. Like people say, success doesn't wait for the hesitant. I was like, damn.
And you know what's crazy? I've always heard of that, and
Really?
it didn't. Yeah, I've heard it before, but it never really resonated
Yeah.
till I started going through my path, through my journey. Then I
Yeah.
was like, oh, that's what this means.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's so true, man. Like life is life is ruthless.
Yeah.
It doesn't care, that you went through this breakup. Doesn't care that you got fired. Doesn't care that, loved ones died. It
Mm.
does not care, man. It keeps moving, and either you move with it, or you fall behind.
Yeah. I mean, it's like the craziest thing is every time there's a level up, it's never the right time, the right place, and you never have the right budget.
Yeah, dude.
Like every time, like my self level up or my business level up, it's not right in every direction, but I just like reach. I just
Hmm.
like really reach for it, and it goes well right after.
Yeah,
Like that. I don't know. It's like a universal truth.
yeah.
Yeah. I got some more. I got like
Send it.
yeah. I got so many like
I
so many
bet you
bitter
do.
one too. Yeah. Listen to this one right here. Uh, People are only loyal to their wallet.
Mm.
What do you think? What is your take on that?
Yeah, dude. I think we're living in times that it's what's in it for me.
Oh yeah, 100%.
What's in it for me,
Mm-hmm.
and what can I get out of this?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I don't think we've lost that even connection with us as humans.
Yeah.
That the way we see everything is like, well, what's in it for me?
Yeah.
What am I gonna get out of this?
Yeah. For me, like when I grew my business really fast, I was just genuinely curious about people, you know, and it allowed me to connect with people better, and we grow better, or whatever. So, but within that mindset, a lot of people try to take advantage of what I'm doing as well. And it's crazy. And then I run into like a lot of what's in it for me people, and I'm
Hmm.
like, you can't really go out there and make good content if you're like trying to make like a video real quick and trying to cash grab your audience.
Hmm.
you really have to one love your journey, love your content, and love the audience.
Hmm.
You know, I mean, that's from what I've seen. Like, you'd really just have to love what you're doing and take out the what's in it for me because it'll come.
Yeah,
It'll come tenfold. You know.
absolutely, man. Like for me too, like I run a every single Monday I run a group. It's called Code Three.
Hmm.
It's for first responders,
Hmm.
where we get into the word, God's word, and I try to throw in a little bit of the personal development,
Yeah.
but like I don't do it with like what's in it for me. I do it because I want to help them, man.
Yeah.
And I like again kind of going back to the whole thing about being humble.
Yeah.
God has been so good to me, and this is a way for me to give back.
Yeah. I just gotta come back tenfold.
Yeah.
I got like some. I'll show. I'll share more with you at the dinner table too. It's like oh, right here. Success is exclusive, not inclusive. Like, I mean, I don't know what the agenda right now going on, but like everyone gets a trophy, everyone
Hmm.
gets a ribbon for something. But real success is exclusive. Uh, I did a yacht event for my birthday, and that was the lesson that came from that. Like, I was like, oh, I only got 13 spot per boat. It's 2K. Whoever pays gets in, right? But I got like 300 people trying to beg me to come. Only 30 people could pay and come, right? But like that was like the moment I wrote that down. I was like, success, on that freaking nice ass boat is exclusive. It's not inclusive. But
Yeah.
society makes you think it's inclusive. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And I see at the highest level people too, they're just like cutting people off left and right. I'm like, oh, I see. It's like very exclusive.
Well, and you know what, dude? I think that's kind of like part of the whole personal development, personal growth.
Hmm.
That we live in times where people want things handed to them.
Yeah,
They don't want to put in work for anything.
yeah,
They just like, and even me, like being a cop on the street, I see it with people.
yeah,
Like, everything should just be given to me, and I shouldn't have to put any work or any effort into anything.
yeah. Um, man, let me look. There's a lot. Like I've learned a lot this last like. Oh yeah, this too shall pass. This too shall pass. Respect over everything. Respect is first. If you're doing business with men, respect is first, and then let everything fall behind. Fall behind. But the
Hmm.
respect is like number one. There's just so many.
I love the this too shall pass.
This too shall pass.
Yeah, I love that because I do believe everything will pass if you do the work.
Yeah. If you're not, you're just stuck in
Yeah,
that
if you're
pain.
not putting in the work or anything, if you keep going back to what here's like, for example, with me with my life,
Hmm.
I had a choice. I had the choice to continue I had the choice to keep doing what I was doing
Hmm.
and go back to what I already knew,
Hmm.
or become a better me.
Yeah.
Those were my two choices,
Oh shit.
and when I went through my part in my life, and I was like, the only way I'm going to be able to overcome and grow this, I'm going to have to take the hard road,
Hmm.
the road that is not paved. The other road is easy. I've been through it, man.
Yeah.
I've been through it, through the drinking and the bad habits, the bad behaviors, hanging out with the wrong people. That's an easy road, dude. Like,
Yeah.
there's signs, exit, where to go.
Yeah.
But the other road, dude, you're shoveling.
Yeah.
You're shoveling all the way, and it sucks. You're alone. You
Hmm.
lose friends,
Yep.
and it's a horrible feeling, dude, when you sit there and you have like no one to talk to. Somebody once told me the road to success is a very, very, very lonely road.
Oh, 100%.
Very lonely.
Yeah. Like, and sometimes like for me, I want to separate from people because it's not just like you know. Sometimes they distract you, or they inject like a negative mindset
Mm-hmm.
into you. So you got to really protect yourself. Like keep that. Like I would be doing something, and one of my friends would say something that would put me back to a normal mindset. I'm like, oh, it's not gonna work if I put myself back in that mindset. So it's like crazy.
Was going back to the self love thing.
Yeah.
You separate yourself from certain people because you love yourself more.
Hmm. Accountability is the separation.
Mm.
What do you think about that one?
Dude, we gotta hold ourselves accountable.
Yeah.
We gotta hold ourselves accountable to the good and to the bad. You know, if we say we're gonna do something, then we need to do it, man. You know, and again, it kind of goes back to the whole self love. You know, if I can't commit myself
Mm-hmm.
and be accountable to myself,
Yeah.
how can I commit to someone else in a relationship? How
100%.
can I be accountable with the other person if I can't even do that for myself?
Mm.
You know, but a lot of times we lie to ourselves. It's like, dude, you're not even holding yourself accountable. You haven't even committed to your own self,
Mm.
but now you want to enter into a relationship. Like, what do you have to offer this person? Imagine what happens when two people that don't hold themselves
Oh,
accountable
this,
and they don't commit to themselves first
yeah.
and then they get together.
It's like compounded negative.
Dude, yeah, it's gonna bring nothing but destruction.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I don't know. This one might be controversial, but it says, "Don't burn yourself helping normal people."
Mm.
What do you think about that one?
So as I went through my journey, one of the hardest thing was that I wanted to help everybody.
Yeah, that was me
You
too.
know, I wanted to help everybody. And one of the lessons that I was taught, you can't help everybody, man.
Mm-hmm.
You can't. There's more chance of you coming down to their level
Yeah,
than coming up to your level.
yeah,
And you gotta realize when you gotta step back and let them be.
yeah,
There's people that have gone to their graves trying to help other people.
yeah. I mean, I got to that point a couple of times too. I was like, in a negative spiral, and I was like, oh, I help all these people, but when I needed help, they didn't even try.
Yeah.
You know, and me, I'm always loyal to the people that help me. Like, even though we don't see certain things eye to eye, like down the road, or whatever. But I'm always like grateful for those opportunities
Yeah.
because I was like, those opportunities, what the stepping stone I needed to be where I'm at. But I don't know. A lot of people, it's just like the taker mentality. And I don't like that. Even like I seen it within my team sometime, and I'm like, what's the point of having like 10 small shitty company instead of one big
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
badass company? Is this an ego thing? So yeah.
Well, no, and you're absolutely right. Even me, as along my journey of the aftermath, there was
Yeah,
people that I haven't talked to like in years, and
yeah,
like either I ran into them, they kind of knew what I was doing,
hmm,
and they were like, "Well, how can I be part of it?" You
hmm,
know, and like I said, well, for me, it's like I've done all this work,
yeah.
and you gotta be really careful who you let
Oh,
into your circle
100%,
because
100%.
you don't know if they're there to actually help you and support you or they're there to actually
Take a piece of the
take a
pie.
piece of the pie. And then one of the things that I also found out along the journey is that if you want to find out who really cares about you,
Uh-huh.
become the best version of yourself.
Mm,
You will see the ones that don't care about you fall off.
yeah.
And it's crazy because sometimes your biggest supporters are complete strangers.
Oh, 100%.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
I've seen like people where they support me until I get to their level and I surpass them, and then they just stop supporting. I'm like, and I always support people. Like, I love seeing people like win, especially the people I know. It's because, like, I don't know, maybe like, I don't know. I did the run across America. So I'm like, okay, no matter what in this lifetime, I'll always win because that was like rare to happen. And that's like my baseline happiness. So I will never be sad.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was like, that's something you can't take away from
Yeah,
me.
no, absolutely.
Yeah. But man, that was crazy. That was like one of the hardest thing I've ever done.
Dude, but what an experience, right?
Yeah.
Like, how many people have done that? Not
Not
very
many,
many, dude,
not very many, and even like I was watching like another person that did it this year, and they were sponsored by Nike and Apple, and didn't they gave up halfway.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was sponsored by my own hope, but also had like really big like back to back like months.
Uh-huh.
The thing is like for me for that run was if you're a sponsored athlete, these corporate companies they do weird things where
Mhm.
like they're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna sponsor you 100K. They don't give you that 100K until like you're about to die,
Yeah.
But you know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about?
yeah, yeah.
But when I went in, I was like, oh, I got cash, boom, 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 earn it, boom, boom, boom. Some small sponsor here and there, whatever. Because I was like, I'm not an athlete, so they're not.
Uh-huh.
Nobody's gonna really sponsor me.
Yeah. But then there goes the thing too. It's like, why are people doing it? Are they doing it for the money, or are they doing it because they have the heart for it?
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Because it's two different things. Kind of going back to earlier when you asked about the money, chasing the money.
yeah.
Are you doing it because you're chasing the money?
Hmm.
Because if that's the only reason behind it, you're gonna fail.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Case in point,
Yeah.
these guys, I don't know, where they maybe, I don't know,
Yeah.
but nothing good comes out of it when you're just chasing the money of it.
Yeah. I mean, at the end, like I had my payment processor held money from a different account, because we processed too much money too fast. Because I was like, YOLO, I'm just gonna run it up so I could do it. And yeah, like a lot of money stuck for the whole run. That's supposed to pay for the run. It was stuck
Yeah,
in the payment processing account. I hope you never get to do with that because that's
yeah.
insane, right? But at the end, I was like about to run out of money. So from Kansas to like New York, I was like in a rush. I was doing like 30 miles a day,
Oh wow.
and a lot of it
Yeah.
was walking.
Oh.
But I was like, oh, look, I'm counting down the days, and I was like, we got a 2 days buffer. So if I don't make it in those 2 days, I will run out of money. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, that was pretty wild.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah,
Crazy.
yeah. I don't know. I was like, that was the hardest thing, but I didn't know I could do 30 miles a day.
Yeah.
I Google. I was like, oh, 20 miles a day for normal people is fine, so I could do that. But
Yeah.
then time crunch, I was like, oh,
Dude, I did a 5K and I was hurting.
nah. I mean, you,
Granted, the second time that I did it, it was a lot easier. The first time it was hard.
yeah.
The second time was way easier.
I bet you 80% of American can do what I do. It wasn't like crazy hard, but it was like just long duration of not giving up. Yeah, because the craziest thing, the whole thing, I never thought about giving up on that whole project.
Damn.
I never thought about giving. I was like, oh, just move forward. Like in my mind, I was like, oh, the next gas station I come to, I get a Diet Coke. So I drank so much Diet Coke on that journey. I don't know if you've seen this meme where it's like there's the guy that you think will get it done, and then the guy that will get it done, and like he's like Diet Coke and like Red Bull, beef jerky. I
Yeah.
don't know. It's like a funny meme. Yeah. But okay, so I got like three more questions before we close out this podcast. I appreciate you for coming all this way
Oh,
and
no, absolutely, man. Thanks for having me.
like you know, it's gonna be the first of many podcasts you're gonna be on.
That's right, man.
Yeah,
That's
because
right.
every podcast you're gonna be at a different level. You know, so before we close out, three questions. First one is, if you were to die today, what would your legacy be? What's your message to the world? If you can give that, yeah.
If I was to die today is, that's a good question. The legacy that I would leave my kids is that I give it my best in this world.
Mm,
That I work hard, that I was there, and the message I would leave to people is to bet on themselves.
mm.
A lot of times we bet on other things, and you're the greatest gift, man. If you could tap in within, man, everything you need, it's already within. Stop searching for it outside.
Wow,
When you become your 10.0, you attract everything to you.
I love that. That is true. I'm trying to reach to my 10.0, and I already seen
Mhm.
the differences. And okay, so this one's a little bit more complicated questions. Are you ready?
Right, send it, dude.
So you're gonna tell yourself what are the goals that you want to accomplish in the next 10 years.
The next 10 years, the goals that I'm gonna accomplish is keep expanding the aftermath. I'm gonna grow into a whole different branches of other things of personal growth. I'm gonna keep growing my Code 3 group. I'm gonna launch my YouTube video. I want other first responders to tell their stories. I know they have stories. I know I've already experienced it through talking to some of the guys at Code 3. They want to share their stories. They want to be heard. So I'm gonna launch a YouTube video to give them that opportunity. Um, I want to have the aftermath gym. The aftermath gym will come into fruition, and just keep expanding, man. Keep growing. Keep helping and saving first responders, man. Keep saving careers, relationships, and saving lives. That's what the aftermath stands behind.
Any trophy you want to purchase or acquire along that journey the next 10 years?
For me, I think thanks to gas money, I think now it's a Lambo.
Yeah. Get the Lambo, get the nice pad.
Get the Lambo, get the nice pad.
Yeah.
That's in the long run.
Okay.
But dude, we're gonna make it happen, dude.
Yeah.
There's no going back. Only
Yeah.
going forward.
Yeah. Okay. So the next question is, you're looking into that camera again, but it's that 10.0 version of you 10 years from now that already accomplished everything you just mentioned right there, right? At the highest level. What would you want to say to you right now to motivate you to go and not give up?
Dude, don't quit, man. Don't fucking quit. Keep going. Keep pushing. God is by your side. Um, there's great things waiting for you. It's already there. It's already yours. You just gotta want it bad enough. Keep putting in the work. Keep showing up for yourself. Keep doing things for the right reasons, and don't fall into temptation. Don't fall into distraction, and you'll get there. Keep working hard.
Damn. That's a good exercise. Huh? You like that?
Yeah.
I went on a podcast and they interviewed me. I was like, damn, that's crazy. I was like, who asked that question? That's some psychopath shit. But I'm stealing that. That's pretty good. All right. Can you tell the audience a little bit more about your business, how they could find you, and anything else you want to close out with right there?
Okay. So, like I said, my business is called The Aftermath Coaching and Wellness. You could find me online at The Aftermath Coaching and Wellness. You could also look me up on Instagram. Like I said, I focus in the mindset, the spirituality, and body. Just getting you right. I'm a firm believer that if you get those three, if you can get your mindset, your spirituality, and your fitness right, you're set up for success. So, Coach Izzy, and just let's send it.
All right. Well, all his information will be down below. Appreciate you for your time. And thank you for coming the long way to this podcast. And see you guys on the next episode.
And actually, real quick, bro, I have something for you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What's it?
So I got this right here, man. This is the Aftermath Journal.
Oh, damn.
So I got this for you as a gift, man. And it just tells a little bit about my story. The reason that I came up with that journal is because when as I was going through coaching, and they told me, hey, dude, you should journal. And then I opened up a notebook and I'm staring at a blank page and I didn't know what to write. I was like, what do I do now? So then it's got a little water bottle. It's got the Aftermath. There you go.
This is sick. Thank you.
Yeah. It's got a little,
That little filter.
yep.
Oh, damn. What's the filter for?
I guess what I found that after the fact that it's like for tea.
Oh, shit. That's
yeah, you
hella
could put
cool.
tea in there.
What? This is some advanced level technology right here. You got the pen.
Yep.
It's a high end pen, too. This is wild. And the journal.
Yeah, dude. And then it's got some questions in there. So if you ever want to use some of the questions on your
Oh shit! This is great. This is one of the best gifts someone ever given me, because it has the questions.
Yeah.
Yeah. What? Damn. Okay, let me ask you one question from it. Bonus round.
Oh, damn.
What are your core value that you live by?
It's God, man. God. He's the foundation to everything.
He's the baseline.
He's the baseline to everything. And if you follow God gives us instruction for life.
Yeah. He gives us warning sign
Yes.
too. Yeah.
And God wants nothing but the best for us. He desires nothing but the best for us. But unfortunately, we're the ones that settle for this. It's like,
Damn.
I got all this for you, and you're settling for this.
Wow. That's crazy. I thought about somebody when you said that. That's crazy. And we're gonna stop gambling now. So only with tip money. All right, thank you, brother.
All right, bro. Sounds good, dude.